You ever feel like you're playing a game with money and you don't even know the rules? Yeah, you're not alone. So today, we're going to cut right through all that confusion. We're breaking down the core ideas from Terry Savage's classic book, The Savage Truth on Money. Think of this as your playbook to finally get a handle on your financial life. Ready? Let's dive in.
I love this quote. If it were that easy to be wealthy, we'd all be rich. It just cuts right through all the hype, you know? All those get-rich-quick schemes and promises of easy money, they're just noise. The real truth, building wealth isn't some secret formula. Nope. It's about understanding a few fundamental truths and, here's the key, actually applying them with some discipline. All right, so here's what we've got on tap. First, we're going to bust the whole get-rich myth. Then, we'll get into our own relationship with money, the psychology of it all. After that, you'll see just how powerful your small, everyday choices are. We'll cover how to control your cash flow, and then we'll wrap it all up with the core savage truths.
So let's talk about this get-rich illusion. It's funny, right? It seems like every generation has its own version of this fantasy. You had the dot-com bubble, the housing crisis back in '08. It's always something. And this belief in some easy, magic path to wealth, it always ends with a really tough lesson. But here's the thing. The problem isn't that there's no opportunity out there.
This is so important. The real problem, it's not some big, catastrophic event. It's the small stuff. It's the little, poor choices we make every single day that just add up over time. You know, that coffee you grab every morning, that impulse buy on Amazon, putting off saving for just one more month. It feels like no big deal in the moment, but those choices compound, and they dig us deeper and deeper into a hole. But, and this is the good news, the reverse is also true.
And that brings us to something absolutely critical, your relationship with money. See, we think financial success is all about complicated spreadsheets and market analysis, but it's not. It's so much more about psychology. It's about really understanding your own personality, what makes you tick, and the emotional triggers that are secretly driving your decisions.
So, let's get real for a second. Are you a saver or are you a spender? Deep down, you know who you are. And look, most of us lean one way or the other. It's kind of baked into our DNA. The point here isn't to try and completely change your personality, because let's be honest, that's not going to happen. The goal is just to recognize your tendency and then build a system, a plan, that works with it, not against it.
Okay, so what are those emotional triggers? According to Savage, it boils down to two big ones, fear and greed. They're like these two little monsters sitting on your shoulders. Fear paralyzes you. It keeps you on the sidelines, totally scared to invest, so you miss out on all the growth. But then there's greed. Greed makes you reckless. It pushes you to take crazy risks and spend money today that you really don't have. They're just two sides of the exact same destructive coin.
So how do you fight these two monsters? What's the secret weapon? Well, it's self-discipline. And this isn't about, denying yourself everything you enjoy. Not at all. It's about being rational. It's the superpower that connects knowing what you should do with, actually doing it, especially when your emotions are just screaming at you to do the exact opposite. And this is where it gets really, really interesting. The power of choice. I mean, think about it. Every single day, you're making dozens of little financial choices. And when you magnify those choices with the incredible power of time and compounding, they can literally, and I mean literally, shape your entire future. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, let's take a super common choice. You put $2,000 on a credit card. Maybe it's for a new laptop, a quick vacation, whatever. In the moment, it feels pretty simple, right? A one-time thing. But here's the brutal reality. If you only make the minimum payments on that $2,000 charge, it's going to take you 31 years to pay it off. And get this, during that time, you'll have paid over $8,000 in interest. Just interest. That is the insane power of compounding when it's working against you. Okay, but what if we flipped that? Let's totally flip the script. What if you made a different choice with that exact same $2,000? What happens when you make compounding work for you instead? The difference is, it's staggering. Take that same $2,000 and put it in a simple IRA, earning an average market return. Over the same 31 years, it could grow to more than $38,000. Think about that. One choice, two completely different outcomes. If you're still not convinced, look at this. It's the classic penny a day example. You start with 1 penny and you double it every day for a month. At first, it's kind of boring. After 15 days, you've only got about $160. But then the magic happens. Look at day 25, over $167,000. And by day 31, That single penny has exploded into more than $10 million. That, my friends, is the absolute magic of compounding. Okay, so by now you get the why. This stuff is powerful. So now let's get practical. Let's talk about the how. The very first, most important step you can possibly take is to get control of your cash flow. Seriously, it's the foundation, the bedrock of everything else.
And don't get scared by the word budget. Just forget that word. It really comes down to 3 simple steps. First, create a balance sheet. Sounds fancy, but all it means is listing what you own on one side and what you owe on the other. It's just an honest snapshot of where you are right now. Step 2, track your spending. Use an app, a spreadsheet, whatever. You just need to see where your money is actually going. And trust me, you will probably be surprised. And finally, step 3 is to close the gap. It's that simple. You have to make a choice to either spend less or earn more.
All right, let's bring it all home. As we start to wrap this up, what is the real savage truth on money? Well, it's not some secret stock tip or a complicated investment strategy. Not at all. It's really just a set of timeless, powerful principles.
Here they are, the core truths. First, live within your means. Don't spend everything you make. It's the oldest rule in the book because it works. Second, persistence pays off. Building real wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. Third, self-discipline is everything. It's how you master those emotions of fear and greed. And finally, never ever forget this one. Your small, everyday choices, they are the building blocks of your entire financial future.
And that leaves us with one last really powerful question right from the book. The future? It's going to come, no matter what. The only question is, how will you be when it gets here? The choices you start making today, right now, are what will decide that answer. So, will you be ready?